Hey guys, so it is 9:48 in the morning here in beautiful Berlin, and it's my first full day in Berlin. I got in last night around 11 o'clock, and so I obviously didn't really see anything. So today's plan is to go to Fat Tire Bike Tours and do a tour of the Berlin. And everything that's covered in the tour is basically all the sights of Berlin. So we're going to go see the wall, we're going to go see some old watchtowers, we're going to see the government building, we're going to see Checkpoint Charlie, TV towers where it starts at, and Bebelplatz, and some other cool stuff. And we're going to have a stop in a beer garden and drink some yummy beer. And let's see, the tour starts at 11, and I think it was $27, which is pretty good, and it's a few hours, so, and it's all on bicycle, and Berlin is a great city for bicycling, just in case you didn't know that. So I'm really excited. The company is called Fat Tire Bike Tours. You can book with them online. All my friends recommended them, which is why I'm going to check them out. So I'll take some footage once I get there, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hey guys, so this is the footage from the bike tour. I'm just going to voice it over for you. If you're ever in Berlin, you have got to do this bike tour. It is amazing. It starts off at this tower you see here. It's called the TV Tower. It looks like a big disco ball on a stick, basically. That big church you see there is the Berliner Dom. It's one of the, I think maybe the biggest. It's also kind of one of the ugliest, I think. I really don't like it. Um, that's the TV tower you're seeing there. The tour was fabulous, took us all over inner city Berlin to all the main sites, east and west a little bit. That man there is our tour guide. He was very informative, knew all kinds of stuff. After the tour, he gave people tips on what bars to hit up, what bars to avoid. He gave me tips on what museums and the hours of the museums. He was just fabulous. That tower, it's called TV Tower. There's a German word for it that I don't know. It was built by the GDR or the DDR. Um, as kind of like a look how prestigious the East Berliners are, we can make a giant tower. Um, but now it's kind of more of a symbol of Berlin because it's the biggest tower in Germany, so it's kind of famous now. There I am, ready to hit the road on my fat tire bike. Whoop whoop. So next up, we are about to ride our bikes over to Bebelplatz, which is one of my favorite sites, I think. It is the sites of the Nazi burning of the books. Humboldt University there, Einstein went there, a lot of really famous people went there. And then across from that is this memorial for the Bebelplatz book burning. What is ironic is they burn these books of all these Jewish people in front of Humboldt University. Einstein was Jewish. He used to teach at Humboldt University, so it was kind of just an oxymoron. The thing I like about this memorial is you can't see through that glass when you stand, so you have to kneel. So all these people look like they're praying around it. It was kind of interesting. So this is kind of interesting. On the right here, in a minute, you'll see a French cathedral that's built. On the left is another cathedral that looks pretty similar. I think that was an opera house in the front there. Um, Turn to the left, Sarah. Okay, so on the right we have here is the French cathedral. In the left corner is the German cathedral. Both of these have been restored after the war, but the Germans basically couldn't let the French have their own, so they copied it. Here we have the Berlin Wall. Everyone's seen the wall. There's actually three pieces of the wall in Berlin. This is one of them, one of the smaller ones. On the opposite side of this wall is Topography of Terror. You need to go there. I've been there before. It's fabulous. Don't take the kids, though. It's really graphic. Here we are getting a geography tour from our tour guide. Here's a Checkpoint Charlie. It's basically a huge tourist trap at this point, and nothing is original. That sign is not the original sign. It's just a tourist trap now. Here I am at my favorite spot, which is the Memorial to the Murdered Jews of Europe. This is a really thought-provoking kind of memorial. It is controversial for many reasons. You can read up on it. It's really interesting, and it's interactive. You can walk on it, sit on it, run through it. Here is Victory Column, Goddess Victoria up at the top there. She's facing France, and she was built by the Prussians after they were victorious against France, Austria, and Denmark. And those little gold things along the tower are cannons from the fallen French, Denmark, and Austria. After we went to this tower, we went to a beer garden and had a nice beer and some food. It was really tasty. I had Berliner Weisse, which is a white beer mixed with raspberry syrup. It was so good. I didn't get any pictures though. Sorry, guys. Next up is the Riksdag building. This is a government building. What I really like about it is that you have this big, prestigious government building, and then you have this lawn covered in people doing different things, studying, reading, taking photos. It's kind of a cool transparency thing. You've got this dome you can walk through and look down and see your government working, look right over Parliament, and then, you know, you can sit on their lawn. Like, they're not going to tell you to move, they're not going to kick you off. It's just kind of like, you know, the citizens and the government hanging out hand in hand, which is kind of a cool idea, I think. When we were there, there were students, tourists, people tanning, all kinds of stuff. This guy playing frisbee. That building in the back that it just panned in on is, I don't remember what it was called, but it's a government building, and the Germans call it the washing machine because it looks kind of like a washing machine. And of course, you can't go to Berlin and not go to the Berlin or the Brandenburg Gate. There is Victoria again, and I think she, yeah, if you look at which way her head is facing, she's facing the French embassy. So you kind of notice a theme here between France and Germany. And then, of course, on the right-hand side, those purple flags you saw, those were a protest going on against America in front of the American embassy. Also in this square, oh, and if you notice, the French embassy kind of looks like a fort. It's kind of interesting. Also in this square is the Adlon Hotel, where Michael Jackson held his baby out a window, if you're down for that kind of thing. And here is a nice view of some East Bloc architecture. Very East Blockin-ish, I guess. Here's my feet. Why'd I take a photo of my feet? I'm taking a photo of my feet because I'm standing over the bunker. The Führer bunker is what it's called. It is Hitler's bunker where he offed himself. Under this car park, basically, is where it's at. And here's the church again. The tour ended in front of the Alts Museum, and then I went to the museum afterwards and saw some cool stuff. So basically, if you are in Berlin, you have to go on a Fat Tire bike tour. All my friends told me to do it, so I did it, and it was fabulous. It was a lot of fun. The tour guides were great. I'm actually going for another tour tomorrow on the Cold War tour to see some Cold War sites. It's just fun, and Berlin is so flat. Like you don't even get tired riding your bicycle. You don't even, like, I wasn't even sore afterwards. It's just a lot of fun. When we were at the beer garden, I had a fun conversation with some backpackers that were in the tour, and a British army soldier was on the tour, so him and I were chatting a little bit. You just meet cool people from all over the world and have a lot of fun. So I highly recommend it. I hope you liked the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.